President Trump really understands and really wants, and it's his policy to have America win the AI race. And that's really foundational. Recognizing that that's important for national security, it's important for our economic security, it's important for American leadership around the world. And and he understands that the American tech stack should be the world standard. Just as the American dollar is the world standard that economies are built on, we want the American tech stack for the world's technology and industries to be built on. And that includes China. And so if you look at China, China has 50% of the AI researchers in the world. They have lots and lots of AI companies, and they have lots of AI chip companies. Without us there, they will obviously have their own alternatives, and they've been growing. And you've seen some of the AI chip companies have record years. Their stock prices are record high. Obviously, there's a lot of opportunities there. If we have an opportunity to go compete for that market, it would be great for America. It would be great for China. And we have an opportunity to go capture some of that $50 billion that is growing at about 50% every year. The second largest AI and computing market in the world. America should be part of that. It's great for exports. It's great for our treasury. It's great for American technology leadership. And it enables us to leverage that leadership all around the world. And so really important for it's just an incredible decision by President Trump. I'm very, very pleased with it, very grateful for his decision. And we're gonna do our best to go capture some of that market.
Nvidia announced yet another record-breaking quarter, demonstrating the growing importance of its processors in the development of artificial intelligence, despite ongoing political tensions with China. For the 3 months ending in July, the corporation reported $46.7 billion in revenue, a 56% increase over the previous year. Its biggest business, data center sales, increased 56% to $41.1 billion. Shares fell in after-hours trade, however, as those results fell just short of some analyst projections. CEO Jensen Huang pointed to $600 billion in yearly expenditures from 4 significant tech companies to convince analysts that the AI spending cycle is speeding up. According to Huang, the AI race has begun, and Nvidia's job is to supply the infrastructure that drives that effort. Nvidia is now the first $4 trillion corporation in the world, but trade concerns have not gone away despite the boom. Although certain licenses have since been obtained, the Trump government briefly prohibited sales of its H20 microprocessor to China earlier this year. After strong Q2 earnings, should you buy, sell, or hold on to Nvidia stock? Investor trust in the stock has been bolstered by consecutive quarters of solid financial outcomes. Nvidia's stock has risen 29.7% so far this year, surpassing the 12.9% gain in the computer and technology sector. The stock of Nvidia has also performed better than those of other significant semiconductor companies, such as Marvell Technology, Qualcomm, and Broadcom. Marvell Technology's stock has dropped 43.1% so far this year, while shares of Broadcom and Qualcomm have increased 28.3% and 4.6% respectively. Nvidia's growth narrative is still captivating due to its record-breaking data center segment and high demand for AI-driven computing solutions. Nonetheless, investors may be unsure about whether to buy, sell, or keep Nvidia at this time, given that the stock is only 5.6% off its 52-week high of $184.48. Data center segment, the growth engine of Nvidia. The foundation of Nvidia's financial stability continues to be its data center division. The segment brought in $41.1 billion in revenue, or 87.9% of total sales, in the second quarter. This represented a startling 56% increase from the previous year and a 5% sequential growth. Higher shipments of Blackwell GPU computing platforms, which are used for generative AI applications, recommendation engines, and the training and inference of huge language models, were the primary driver of this strong increase. Nvidia's growth narrative is still captivating due to its record-breaking data center segment and high demand for AI-driven computing solutions. Nonetheless, investors may be unsure about whether to buy, sell, or keep Nvidia at this time, given that the stock is only 5.6% off its 52-week high of $184.48. Data center segment, the growth engine of Nvidia. The foundation of Nvidia's financial stability continues to be its data center division. The segment brought in $41.1 billion in revenue, or 87.9% of total sales, in the second quarter. This represented a startling 56% increase from the previous year and a 5% sequential growth. Higher shipments of Blackwell GPU computing platforms, which are used for generative AI applications, recommendation engines, and the training and inference of huge language models, were the primary driver of this strong increase. A major driver of cloud providers and businesses' expansion of AI infrastructure has been the demand for Nvidia's Hopper 200 and Blackwell GPU computing systems. The majority of data center revenues came from large cloud service providers, a sign of ongoing hyperscale investment in AI-driven computing. Because of its dominance in data centers, Nvidia is a key benefit of the growing usage of AI across industries. The business is well positioned for long-term revenue growth in this market thanks to its expertise in AI chip development. In addition to increasing revenue, Nvidia showed remarkable financial restraint. Despite growing operating costs, the company maintained profitable with non-GAAP gross margins of 61%. The company's ability to turn robust revenue growth into profits was demonstrated by the non-GAAP operating income, which increased 51% year-over-year to $317 billion. For the third quarter of fiscal 2026, Nvidia has a positive outlook. According to the firm, third quarter revenues would reach $54 billion, up 55% year-over-year, indicating the ongoing momentum in demand driven by AI. Despite rising expenses related to increased Blackwell output, gross margins are anticipated to stay high at 73.5%. The company's top and bottom lines are expected to continue to increase, according to the consensus estimates for fiscal 2026 and 2027. The value score of D indicates that Nvidia is overpaid in terms of valuation. Nvidia's shares are trading at 33.43x in terms of future 12-month price-earnings, PE, which is higher than the sector's 27.71x. Nvidia is selling at a lower PE multiple than Broadcom, but a larger multiple than Marvell Technology and Qualcomm when compared to other significant semiconductor companies. The current PE multiples for Broadcom, Marvell Technology, and Qualcomm are 37.07, 19.46, and 13.55, respectively. Nvidia's leadership in AI-driven computing is further cemented by its impressive second quarter earnings performance. The business has demonstrated its sustained development trajectory with record data center revenues, robust profit margins, and positive forecasts for the third quarter of fiscal 2026. Holding the stock is justified by the company's operational and financial momentum, notwithstanding the increased valuation. Will Nvidia's $60 billion buyback plan benefit or hurt investors? In the first half, Nvidia has already distributed almost $24 billion in dividends and repurchases to stockholders. Repurchases of shares may generally be interpreted as either a poor use of funds or a sign of confidence. During the artificial intelligence, AI boom, investors flocked to purchase Nvidia stock, which caused the stock to soar 200% in the last 5 years. Why is this one company generating so much excitement among investors? Since it has emerged as the top AI chip designer and the overall first choice for any client with AI goals. Nvidia offers a wide range of AI products in addition to the best-performing CPU in the world. Strong sales profitability and double- and triple-digit revenue growth have resulted from all of this. And given the outlook for AI investment in the upcoming years and Nvidia's dedication to innovation, the business might continue to generate large profits for a while. Investors have good reason to be optimistic about the company as a result of this. However, Nvidia shares are not solely purchased by investors. In addition to repurchasing shares this year, the business recently declared that it has the authority to buy back $60 billion worth of stock at any time in the future. This is on top of the over $14 billion that is still available under its share purchase authorization. You might be asking if this is good or bad news for investors given that Nvidia is interested in purchasing its own stock. Let's investigate. As previously stated, Nvidia has a history of buybacks. In the first half of the year, the corporation distributed about $24 billion in dividends and repurchases to shareholders. The graphic below shows how Nvidia's investments in its own stock have grown over time. Additionally, Nvidia's most recent action was part of a wave of movement started by several significant financial and IT firms. With billions of dollars in share repurchases announced by Apple, Alphabet, and JP Morgan Chase this year, the total number of share repurchases for the year reached 1 trillion by August, the quickest rate ever. In general, buybacks should be seen favorably since they indicate that management has faith in the company's ability to operate in the current economic climate. In addition to removing certain shares from circulation, the action increases the value of the shares that are still available and makes up for any dilution that may result from employee stock options. It's all good. However, the narrative also has a negative aspect. Repurchases of shares increase a company's earnings per share by reducing the number of outstanding shares. Although this isn't necessarily a bad thing, buybacks can be perceived by some investors as an attempt to inflate earnings. Also, instead of buying back shares, some investors could prefer that a corporation spend more money on R&D, SAE, or commercial expansion. A large stock repurchase plan may be detrimental to shareholders in some situations. Let's now examine the Nvidia case. The AI giant's growth has dropped from triple digits to double digits in recent quarters, but it is still extremely robust, and the forecast for long-term earnings is favorable. Up to $4 trillion will be spent this decade on AI data center infrastructure, according to Nvidia. And as a top supplier of chips and other goods, Nvidia is probably going to gain from those expenditures made by major tech firms and others. This implies that Nvidia can maintain a high earnings per share without repurchasing shares. In terms of research and development, Nvidia has been increasing its spending over time, and as of right now, it is on schedule to update its processors annually as promised. The company just released the Blackwell Ultra chip update, introduced its Blackwell architecture late last year, and plans to deploy the next-generation Rubin architecture sometime next year. Meanwhile, free cash flow has been increasing. All of this indicates that Nvidia makes a lot of money and has been making good use of it to spur expansion. It is doubtful that the company's capacity to develop and expand will be harmed by the decision to repurchase shares. Therefore, Nvidia's intention to buy back up to $60 billion worth of shares is not at all detrimental to shareholders. Rather, it is an indication of the IT giant's confidence in its future and its capacity to grow in the current and upcoming economic climates. This implies that other investors should think about investing in this leading AI stock as well, and crucially, staying on for the long haul as Nvidia prepares to purchase some of its own shares. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.
Sarah, what were your thoughts here? I mean, the big picture is that earnings beat, data center revenue came in a bit light. We have a buyback and Blackwell chip heading to China. Those were a few of the headlines that that are grabbing folks' attention. What were your takeaways from Nvidia?
I think that Nvidia is a good company, and I think that it was a solid earnings. They have a lot of headwinds right now. They still have this sort of 15% kickback to DC hanging over them that they haven't yet had to quite nail down. And so I think that they are continuing to do really well. People say that a little bit of that buy-off and softness is because of the data centers. I think a large part of it is just that people have had an incredible couple of years with Nvidia, and I think some people are kind of getting out at the top.
I see. What do you think, Joe? What do you say?
Yeah, it was a fantastic quarter for a fantastic company, continuing to beat top line, bottom line. So they continue to produce. I do think there is some cause for concern, seeing their data center not quite meet their expectations. But that said, it was just a fractional miss. Now, I think the bears are the people that are getting out, people that are pushing the stock lower, are saying, hey, this is the growth story. They need to beat on this metric in order to justify this price. So it does make sense. But the flip side is, hey, this is just about China. They missed very, very fractionally, still having 40% growth in the data centers, which is absolutely tremendous growth. And we're still seeing companies across the board of the S&P 500 continue their capital expenditures, continue to expand in their data center businesses. So I think the narrative is that this stock in this data center world is not going anywhere anytime soon.
And when I spoke with an analyst who talked about the quarter being a good one, but that the addressable market was huge, and that was somewhat reassuring. Also, the hardware and software, that it's a complete rackable ecosystem and that it's not just a chip. Nvidia is a whole ecosystem, and there's nothing like it. Sarah, what would you say to something like that?
It is mostly a chip, and that's not a bad thing. Yes, they do have other lines of products, and that is great to see them sort of dog fooding their own chip in those things. But at the end of the day, the thing that makes this company so special are their chips and how far ahead of the competitors those chips are. So while they are not just a chip company, it's a little bit like saying that Apple isn't just a device company. That certainly is the vast majority of why we're excited.
And Joe, when we see stock picks or price targets above $200, many of them, do you think it has that upside potential? I've also seen positive, calls on AMD too. But does it have that upside potential to go to the 200 plus mark?
I do, and I think it'll get there with or without China. China just adds a little bit of a urgency to it, adds a little more immediacy to it. But yes, absolutely, I do. I think this is still a growing story. The data center is still a growing story, and it's not a story that once these data centers are kind of built, they're going to be done with. It's going to be something where there's just a continual cycle. We are currently on the Blackwell chip. Once, maybe in a couple of years, Nvidia will be onto their next chip, which is a little bit better than that. So I think we're in a continual cycle of needing to upgrade these PCs, these chips again and again. So yes, Nvidia just is ahead of the game. They continue to innovate and continue to be on top of their game in the chip world. So the story is there, the price target is there, and I think $200 is very feasible.
And thank you for that. And Sarah, when we look at Sam Altman and Jensen Huang, you said you're listening to what the CEOs are saying. What are the CEOs saying?
With Sam Altman, we've seen a bit of hey, maybe AI is a bubble. He has a very different business model, and I think that things like Google's Gemini are very much coming for it. But you're starting to see sort of people pull back the idea a little bit that there's going to be unlimited growth forever, or that we're going to see an immediate and intense amount of revenue come out of a lot of these big tech companies' AI expenditures. And so I don't think that changes sort of the core value prop of what Nvidia is doing, but it does mean that overspending, for chips that you don't quite need just yet might fall a little bit out of favor.